Hello. This is episode 18 of the Maslin Sidecast. Today we are very lucky. We have a true hero and warrior. He's going to just give you an expert performance because it is his Michael Jordan flu game tonight.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Holy shit. I was like, who the fuck are you introducing a guest or that I don't know about or something? And then I realized you're talking about me. Dude,
It's you.
no. It's just, we're getting older. A bad night's sleep can turn into a week of bad sleep, and then it fucking sucks, dude. You feel your body. Honestly, that's a fairly good segue. It's not where I wanted to start, but I feel like somebody told us that last night too. And if you watch the post Money in the Bank, if you watch the conference, the press conference after, Cena basically said that. But anyway, it's been one of those things. But whatever, we're here. We're here to do this. Yeah.
We are going to discuss Money in the Bank.
I am wearing my beat up fucking comfort hoodie though. Like you can see my fucking sleeves are all torn up and shit. Like this is like my cold and flu hoodie I wear whenever I need that what's it called? Like that it's like a blanket, like a comfort, like a you know what I'm talking about. Shut the fuck up. Move on. Let's go. Move on.
Today's episode is brought to you by sackshop.io. They have all of your shopping needs. Right now, he has an Adam Cole Bebe size small shirt, $19.99. For you bigger fellas, there is even a Cubs Majestic jersey size double XL, $45.
Dude, those are the two last things that sold. What are you doing?
Oh, I just saw it on the website.
Oh my god, those are the two last things that we sold off of there.
If you are feeling dirty and if you've gone to a wrestling event, sometimes you can even order some Poseidon's Goat soap. It is all natural, handmade soap. You're not selling that now?
What the fuck are you doing, brother? No, we are. We're just
okay.
Like man, you really want to get into this right now, huh? Like, no, we're just working on the formula still. It takes fucking time, and it's no small thing. It takes several weeks for that shit to cure, and we've had a couple batches not cure correctly, and dude, it's not easy. So, I don't think we realize even what we wanted to do with it, like how far we wanted to push it and what we wanted to do. And now we're getting a better idea of that. So it's just going to be a work in progress.
Okay.
But all the best things are, right?
All the best things are also not free. So definitely go to sackshop.io for all your shopping needs. While you're there, please subscribe, comment on this video after you've shopped at sackshop.io and let us know what you've purchased there in the comments.
Well, that'll be the first one of those we actually get. Fuck, man. That'll make my heart flutter. Hey,
are you offering a little huck tui to that customer?
Good God, dude. Hey, how about those? Fire. How about those 7 minutes of fucking fame?
Oh, and that's all it's going to be too.
Yeah, that shit's run its course already.
All right, so I have some notes. I also could go over Forbidden Door a little bit.
Hold up. So I didn't watch that. So not that you can't cover it and we can't talk about it, but I haven't watched it yet. Today was a busy day. But I wanted, before you jump into shit, like the first thing I actually wanted to talk about was the YouTube video that they put out of, of
The
WrestleMania.
documentary.
The hour long thing that they put together for WrestleMania. Um, I just want to start by saying I've always liked when they do these things. I thought it was one of the better things that they started doing when the network picked up and they needed, content, doing the behind the scenes stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there, like, I had several issues with this one, in particular, that I feel like didn't necessarily resonate with like the rest of them. First of all,
The meme.
no, I'm gonna get there. That's
Okay.
gonna be the last thing on my list personally.
Okay.
But it felt like it was produced maybe for like 40 for 40 instead of like the normal WWE thing, because it felt very produced. It had Tom Rinaldi reading, and I know that he did some other things for WrestleMania that were just WWE, not necessarily ESPN related, but it definitely felt like it had the ESPN kind of like production stamp on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. Like, I'm not going to bitch about that. That's where we're going right now, obviously. But I also felt like it didn't protect the business the way I think these things should. Like, it's one thing to understand that we live in a digital society where, kayfabe can't necessarily fucking play off the way it used to. And I think they've embraced it. I think that they've done certain things to keep it feeling real and still playing a story. Like, they've done good things with that. I really, I feel like they have. But goddamn, did they do some things on this for like a normie crowd? Because again, felt like an ESPN thing, not a WWE thing. And I felt like they went a little too far on the, oh yeah, we planned this out and this is this and we're giving the people this, and it's like, like, come on, you're kind of like pulling the veil back is fun, love it. Like, that's what we like to talk about. We like to talk about, botches and story writing and stuff like that. That's where we like to go with it. But they pushed the boundary, in my opinion, of like doing harm to the business in general. And which is ironic because the thing you wanted to talk about right away, the dude's talking about how his interest is in protecting the business. Like, he literally says that as he's taking credit 100% for the booking of WrestleMania. Dude just struts in and says, "Oh, I told him to do this. And that's the thing. He was the one that was ruining it. He was the one that kept talking about, oh, I said we should do this. Oh, I said we should do that. Well, why don't you just keep it going like it happened, because in the moment that's what needed to happen or whatever." Like, and I love, dude, he just kept trying to ram home that dude, I totally, everything about the last boss I'm taking credit for. And I'm sitting there going, for real? That was the worst part of that entire gimmick. The final boss thing was so dumb. Like, it was what we thought was dumb. But like, in the end, it was a good documentary. I really enjoyed it. And Triple H, every time I see him do these things, I respect him even more. And I know the meme of like, we got to think Paul Levesque, but like, he just kept talking about the collaboration and how important it is to keep everybody in the loop and to build these things kind of organically. But the only way that works is by working, together, collaboratively, just kept saying it, which is a good thing. Like, that's the shit you want to hear. If you work for that dude, like, that's the shit you want to hear, because he might not call you out by name on camera when he's doing a little show, but he's going to keep talking about how he has a team working with him. Not, yeah, I said we should do that. Yeah, I came up with that. Yeah, that was my idea. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, I really hope that whole thing was a fucking work, because he was sitting there with his dorky glasses on, trying to fucking look like all humble and yet rich. Like that dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like he's gone
He's
over the
very
edge.
disingenuous.
Yeah.
He's a failed Hollywood actor.
Well, I
That
wouldn't say failed. He's one of the most successful of all time.
what has
Like
he
he's made,
done? What has he done since Black Adam?
but he's made so much fucking money
He
for
has.
in films and for films. Like that's the thing, and that's why I hate it so much, dude. Like to be honest, that's what bugs me so much is he is like you can't deny what he actually is. Like he is like a pop culture if you want to like, but he stretches a lot of boundaries for popularity. Like
3 years ago, he's the biggest star in Hollywood.
yeah, but he's
But
still one of the most recognizable people in the entire world, dude. Like,
I'll give you that, but why can't he get a job? That's the only reason he's back in WWE. He can't get
well,
a job.
I mean, not really. I mean, he's on the board of directors of one of like the biggest American media companies. Like, I just struggle to find ways to rip on him for shit like that. He's clearly successful. I'm not, but I just don't think his heart is in the right place for nerds like me. And that's okay. They probably aren't. They probably never will be. I just didn't like the rub, dude. He just gave me like a really shitty vibe.
Disingenuous.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
he's there for the flowers, he's there for the glory. And like, but again, that like what's Cena gonna turn into over the next year? What are we gonna say about Cena tonight that we're gonna say completely different by the end of 2025? Right? Like just
Cena's been around long enough that you know who he is and you know what he's about.
yeah, we're gonna get to that.
The Rock changes. Before Black Adam, before the XFL that failed, The Rock would not have been in this whole thing. Obviously, the sex scandal, they put him on that because he's the big name. But you see right through it. You see how disingenuous it is right now at this moment. The documentary showed the shit out of that.
Yeah.
And the memes that are all over Twitter of The Rock's picture saying, "Hey Damien, don't kick out."
Oh my god, dude. Okay, that's fucking funny.
I told Damien not to kick out. I told Cena his time is up.
Dude, what about Triple H fucking answering questions about that in the
post game?
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Like that part of it I did because he didn't go into it. He just made the comment, humans in a wrestling ring, sometimes you're gonna make mistakes. Like he didn't pin it on anybody. Well, he kind of did say he was gonna be having a conversation with the ref after.
Yeah.
I mean,
he should.
There are a lot of rumors about what happened. Okay.
A stinger I heard.
And I've seen a lot of people saying that the music just didn't fucking hit when it was supposed to. Like they expected the music to hit and it didn't fucking hit. And it was like, oops. Like what got me is that the lights went up. Like when it should have been the 3 count, when the hand would have slapped for the 3 count, the lights went up like the match was over. And so there were 2 different cues that were being followed, and it was sloppy, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Well,
I just want to finish up with that. I like that WWE does these things. It had, by the time I watched it, it had only been out for an hour and it had like 1.6 million views. So like,
it's a good piece of business then.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I didn't necessarily like how they made they made Cody. I got a lot of things to say about Corey Graves tonight, by the way. They made Cody almost like a passenger in his own story, and that was that left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. I don't think it did him the justice. I think it really I want to see a whole hour long show about his, and I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure that they're gonna have all the footage. They're gonna be able to use a ton of shit from Japan and everything else. But
I think that'll come out January 1st when they hit Netflix.
There you go. There you go.
I just want to say one more thing about this documentary.
Mm-hmm.
With all the backlash and all the memes from The Rock, you know that this week you're going to see The Rock's Twitter account giving a truck away to somebody.
We're not going back to that. I don't think we're ever going back to that. Dude, I remember that shit. That was when he was still doing the HBO show that I think I may be the only person who actually fucking watched.
The Ballers? It was great.
Ballers. I liked Ballers, man. Yeah. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I like a lot that The Rock has done just the last couple of years. It's just
all right.
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
See.
They had that whole fucking building opened.
Mm-hmm.
Very small set. Tonight, I think they're back in the same building, and I think the upper deck is closed.
Probably. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. I liked how they did it with the sign, with the LED board too, and they had people in the upper deck behind it. Like they opened it up. They really did. I thought that was awesome.
First match, Money in the Bank ladder match for the men's championship match contract.
You don't want to talk about Trish coming out? And
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. So, well, she introduced the people who did the national anthem and "Oh Canada." That's what she started.
So they did the American national anthem in Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a hockey game.
Or a basketball game, right?
Yep.
Like that's like my wife made a comment about how weird it must be, to have the Canadian, like, oh, it must not be a big, like they must not like that. And I'm like, dude, that they play NBA games and NHL games there. Like they have the national anthem like every time you're there. So, but yeah, anyway, that Trish was a little underutilized over the course of the night. I mean, I don't know really what she would do as the host of Money in the Bank. I think it was just
she's just there because she's a Canadian. Yeah,
they got her out there.
They could lead a little angle with the later on thing. They could have a match, SummerSlam or something. Toodles. It's a nice little piece of business. But yeah. Drew McIntyre, Andrade, Carmelo.
Can it be a bra and panties match?
Not anymore. Stay tuned to Netflix. We'll find out. I think they're going to go a little risque.
Bra and panty match, but the guest referee is Jerry the King Lawler, right?
Oh, he just had a stroke.
Oh my God, dude!
So hopefully he's in good health. Like Kevin Sullivan, he's having some health problems, and they started a GoFundMe this week for his doctor bills, and I apparently in like the first 3 days, they beat the goal.
Good.
And old boy Jim Cornette, $5,000 donation.
Nice.
His co-host did $500. Cody, big donation as well. Probably Jericho, I think, too. There was a list of names. We don't need to go over that, but
no, that's
it's
really
good to see that the community stands up for everybody.
By the way, before we went live and we were talking about the future, blah blah blah, and what we want to do, I kind of figured we were always going to come to this, but now my goal is just at some point to be heard by enough people that Cornette understands that I fucking hate him. Just for no reason whatsoever. Just so he knows. Anyway,
Drew McIntyre, Andrade, Carmelo, Gable, Jey Uso, LA Knight. You watched the match. Who did you think was going to win before the match started?
is that a fucking? That's a setup, right? Like that's a setup for a joke. I mean,
No,
honestly,
not a joke.
dude,
Just
come on,
curious.
like they were trying so hard to make it like the fan favorites, you know, between Yeet and Yeah. But
Mhm.
if you seriously had any thought, like it's Drew fucking McIntyre. Like obviously there was a concept like if you thought CM Punk was gonna stop him from winning it, then I get
That's
that. I
exactly what I thought.
yeah. No,
And I thought Jay would get it
I
because he's
get that, but I like the payoff way fucking better. And all the people fucking crying that the you know you have the match, you get the payoff, and then it's gone before the end of the night. That's why it's fucking brilliant. That's why like the impact is so big. Like the Money in the Bank contract is off the table for a year. No champ has to fucking worry about the Money in the Bank for a year. Like that's a story in and of itself. Like you can call it bad booking or what. I personally think it's fucking brilliant. But
I like it being I like it being used the first day,
fuck
but I
yeah.
also like it as an out for later on in case something happens.
Okay, and I think it's been used like that before. I think
Mhm.
the out, you know, that's been a
Mhm.
popular way to use it.
So, what was it? Oscar when Becky?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, you have upper other outs.
Mhm.
Like and I'll tell you what, if there is one thing that you learn from watching something like that hour-long documentary, it's that there are always outs.
Mhm.
They always have contingencies. But like in the end it is nice to have.
Mhm.
Um but I think it's worth the risk for the booking of the night, which like, I'm not gonna say it was a knockout, you know, PLE as Corey Graves has now dubbed. I like it. I'll call it a PLE from now
Mm.
on. Um, and we'll get to that like at the end when we grade because whatever. But I thought it was really good. I liked it. The match itself was kind of tame.
For the latter.
Yeah.
Okay.
But once you get to the women's match later, like holy fuck. So it's like, okay, I was okay with it. I want to give some. I'm going to talk just about this match. Let me get it out. Okay. Andrade like had no chance of winning the match just for booking purposes. Like it wouldn't have made any sense. L,
Carmelo,
LA Knight, yeah, Carmelo,
same boat.
no,
Yep.
that's not his run. He's not in that race. Personally, I don't think that Jay and LA Knight are either. Like that's the thing. I don't think that they're anywhere close to a title run, either one of them. You know, the LA might be over, but is he, or is he like flavor of the month over? You know, like and I know that like okay, I used to give Vince a lot of heat for not taking people seriously for being over because oh their music is over or their chant is over, not really them, blah blah blah. But there are gray areas with that shit. To claim that you know Dolph Ziggler was never really over is total horseshit. Dolph Ziggler was over as fuck for a long time. Um,
When you watch that cash in and you look up in the crowd and there's a man running up the stairs with his hands raised,
dude,
you're
there,
over.
yeah. And like to place him in the same boat, you know, like I just don't think LA Knight has done anything worth anything at this point. And the Usos, both of them, are clearly, in my opinion, a declining commodity. And I think they have been for a while. So whatever. Like I just you look at Drew, nobody can beat Drew in that match. Drew is the powerhouse and the main event of that match coming in. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty straightforward. I actually, you know, and if I'm going to be an asshole about it, when they go on first, when they jerk the curtain, they're setting it up for what comes
Later on.
next.
Yep.
Yeah, so again, that screamed Drew McIntyre.
So Jay, I did read today, he missed Sika's funeral to be in this match. So that
Damn,
was another
damn.
level. Um, yeah,
Well, they all
Chad
did,
and
didn't they?
Mello and Andrade, they're mid carders.
I mean, when it comes
So they're
down to
there.
it, that kind of counts for the entire bloodline too, doesn't it?
The new bloodline
Yeah.
2.0.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree, and we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Um, so 16 minutes 30 seconds. Drew won the briefcase. We had a cool spot where Gable was holding on to the cable, uh, and fell. That was
He's such a little guy. That was a fucking fall, dude. And he felt, dude, he went flat like almost
yeah.
immediately, and he
Well,
kind of
for
over
two reasons.
rotated and he went boom. Like,
So when I saw him hanging, I could only think of Jim Cornette, Starcade '86, hanging off the scaffold. Um,
uh,
fuck, Chad Gable is so damn good.
I know, I know, I
I,
know. Dude, when
yesterday.
he suplexed the ladder,
Mhm.
that shit had me fucking rolling. When he suplexed, dude, they all did it. Like, honestly, Andrade, it crushed it. Like, I really hope that dude gets like, he first of all, he needs something for a
He
personality.
needs Zelina back.
Oh, that would be she is on fucking fire right now.
Hmm.
Like, she
So I want to
yeah, yeah,
preface
yeah.
this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was at a friend's house last night.
Okay.
He he said, "I have Peacock. We'll watch this until you guys are ready to leave." He does not like wrestling, but he was utterly impressed with Chad Gable. He was
Oh,
like, "Oh my
nice.
god, that dude is." I was like, "He's an Olympic wrestler." He goes,
Mhm.
"You can tell all these other guys are just other guys."
Dude,
But he was really into
that cut on Andrade's back though,
from the ladder bump. Yeah,
that was
yeah,
early bump.
yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
dude. But Andrade, I'm not giving this up, man. Like, I want Andrade to get a personality, to get a gimmick, to get something going,
He needs a mouthpiece.
and fucking go, because that dude can go.
Yeah, he's great.
He can fucking go.
He's in probably one of my top 10 favorite WWE matches. Andrade and Gargano from Takeover Philadelphia.
Okay.
So that's in my top 10, I would think.
Okay.
Jay Uso, people love him. The Yeet
Mhm.
thing is over.
Mm.
I still go back to WrestleMania Night 1 and how bad it was with his brother. LA Knight.
I'm telling myself that whole match was just to make fun of the Young Bucks. That's all it was.
So if you, oh, probably, um, and the ladder match needs to go on hiatus. To be honest,
Mm.
um, it's overdone. You need a break from it, especially two in one night. Um, but LA Knight, if you put his personality and charisma in Andrade,
Mhm.
my God, you have everything.
Yep. Yeah, you'd have a star for
And
sure.
Carmelo Hayes, if he wasn't so small, my
Mm.
God, that guy's good.
Yeah, I don't know. That tag, he's got like tag champ written all over him with a heavy, but to me that's,
Yeah.
you know, and NXT, I'm not going to get into that. Never mind. I was just going to go down a road about size and where the split is coming right now, and we'll another time. Yeah, good match. Like, it wasn't bad, it wasn't great. It definitely didn't, like, the crowd was there. P.S. Toronto, I lost some fucking respect for you guys this weekend. Like,
Lost?
oh yeah, yeah.
Why? What
I,
happened?
I thought it was a dead crowd the whole show. I thought it was and the crowds that you've been seeing, it's part of what is
Yeah.
pumping WWE back up. Part of what is looking good on camera. Part of why people like us are going, wow, the product is looking good. Things are looking good. Is that they were in Europe. They had fucking hot ass crowds for these events because they're in Europe and they're rowdy. But coming back through to the United States, when we start doing these shows, the crowds have to like realize that like the precedent has been set again. Like the crowd interaction is not in step up mode. It's not in the PG era. We're sitting down and everybody's quiet because the house is full of kids. Like that's like we're done with that. Like and the crowds kind of have to evolve with that. And as it happens every year as we get further away from Mania, the crowds start to fucking die until we get back into Mania season. Like,
SummerSlam, maybe.
but like, let's go. Like, let's
Yeah.
keep the signs going. Let's keep the chants going. Let's find ways to sing for everybody. Let's find ways to chant for everybody. And this crowd just wasn't it for me. Like, not at all. Not at all. Especially not for an event like this. I thought there were so many high spots that just came off so flat because the crowd was like busy eating poutine.
You ever had a good poutine? No.
There's no such thing as good poutine.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, next match. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship.
Can we not talk too much about this?
Okay. I'd left to come home during this.
Okay, cool.
So I was fully expecting to see Braun Breaker win, and I was checking Twitter as we were. Why would he win?
Yeah.
Because he's on a heater, so you keep elevating him so that he could be a main eventer.
Yeah, but Sammy's making his money getting the shit kicked out of him right now.
He is. So I don't really have a problem that he lost to Sammy. How did it happen? Haluva kick, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was a Raw match. Like it was a Raw match. I mean, I'm not shitting on it. Braun might be good. I don't know, but Sammy's a fan favorite because he gets his ass kicked really entertainingly, and that's okay. That sometimes that's kind of fun for the Intercontinental belt, the whole underdog shtick. I get it. Like I'm good with it. I just wonder where it ends. Like, because eventually you got to do something else, and
it better not be Braun Strowman.
I don't care at this point. I just I don't think he's doing anything for the belt by being the guy who gets his ass kicked and just pulls it out at the end. That's just my opinion though. Personally, I thought the Intercontinental belt was like really on the up and up when you had it on Gunther and you got Drew McIntyre fighting him for it. And you got some serious heat in there. And right now you're back to a mid-carder that may or may not ever hold the belt, taking on a dude who's just getting ragdolled by his opponents for 10 minutes. And
wait. You're saying Braun Breaker's never going to hold the belt?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he may or may not. I don't know if he's legit.
I think Braun Breaker is going to be a main eventer within 3 years.
Okay.
That's why I thought he would get it.
I mean, I okay. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like a dude in a fucking singlet, like it just doesn't work right now. I get the pedigree. I get where he's coming from. I know all that. I understand it. And I think he's got the build to be like the
Charisma.
freight the freight. I don't know. Does he?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Does he? I don't know.
So I know that you're very depressed right now,
No, I'm not.
and I'm going to make you smile.
Okay, I'm already smiling.
I just got a text message that is a screenshot from the Pittsburgh scanner, which is the 911 scanner.
Oh, hell yeah. Here we go.
Shady Side, which is very affluent neighborhood. Center Avenue, you can take Center Avenue straight down to the arena where the Penguins play.
Okay.
Walgreens. Caller says that a male is sitting outside of the Walgreens pharmacy compounding his own ointment. Come to Pittsburgh, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I always get him with these.
Compounding his own ointment.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Masturbating outside of Walgreens.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because that could have been, like legitimately, he needed some ointment, man. He needed it bad. He had that hemorrhoid was popping. He needed
easy on a hemorrhoid.
Hey, I don't know, man.
So is after Braun Breaker takes the L, is that the special appearance or is it after the next match?
What was the special appearance? Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. Where it came
we spoiled it. So,
I'll be completely honest. It may have come here.
So John Cena came out, crowd erupts, and basically he just announced that he's wrestling Royal Rumble, Chamber, and WrestleMania is it, right?
Yeah, I think. No. So what he said was that WrestleMania, the 2025 WrestleMania will be his end of his in-ring performing. But he mentioned the other pay-per-views because, as he said in the post wrap-up, whatever you call it, press conference,
media scrum.
Yeah, there you go. He said that those are just opportunities because somebody asked him about a potential for a title run, and he was talking about how he basically he knows he has to start at the bottom, but that those are opportunities people get, and blah blah blah. I feel like it feels pretty self-explanatory if you know anything about how many titles Cena has and how many titles Ric Flair had. Like you kind of get the sense that he's going to get a belt put on him at some point. Now, I'm not saying that the dude ain't going to earn it because like Cena and for all his acting and everything else he does, I like Cena. I hated Cena through a lot of the PG era, or I hated on
Super Cena.
Yeah. I didn't hate him as a human being because we all knew what he was as a human being. Like we're adults. You
hate the booking, just like
just
like Roman shoved down your throat.
Yeah. Well, and Roman got better as his run went on. But the thing that we and I say we to speak of like me and other nerds that I talk to about wrestling over the years, including my children and this guy, he buried so many people and it wasn't really him. Like it's not Big Mac.
Vince using him.
Yes, and he used him as a fucking hammer to put down the careers of a lot of guys that I found to be entertaining. But that's what he did with Super Cena, and that's what the PG era was for a long stretch of it. I saw the funniest thing I saw, you're talking about memes and shit, was I saw a TikTok of CM Punk talking in the press conference afterwards. And he talked about how he wanted to tell Cena that he wanted to be the one to bring him back out of his retirement or some shit, blah, blah, blah. But the thing that made it funny was the top comment, which is exactly the way I thought, because I'm very cynical as a CM Punk early adapter, if you will. The only way that CM Punk can main event while John Cena is on a card is if he's wrestling John Cena, and that's kind of how it goes, right? Like I kind of feel bad for CM Punk because he probably sees some great programs in his future where he's the headliner, but if Cena's back, then sorry, Punk, you're going back down the card.
Same with The Rock.
Yeah, the Rock did it to him. What, once, right? I mean,
Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad too. That's when he walked out after. But yeah, anyway, Cena did it to him. They did it with Cena like for a whole year and a half of his title run. You know, like it was awful. Anyway, he's gonna retire, but he's doing a great a tour. And from what he said after the Money in the Bank, he basically made it clear that he's legitimately doing like the tour. Like he's doing like 40 or 50, like a huge amount of dates that he's doing. I would assume that part of it is just going to be him bringing the open challenge that he was doing for a while, where he would just let people from come down at Raw and just be like, somebody come at me. It would be interesting, and it would be more interesting if they really let him do it, and if it really took guys in the back standing up to say, I'm gonna go have a match with fucking John Cena. Like, why the fuck not? And I hope it's like that. I hope guys come to him backstage and say, hey, I would love to get in there with you, and they legitimately do that way.
And I hope John elevates like a Chad Gable or those type of guys and make him look like $1 million if he still has it.
So can I say something right now here in this moment?
You've never been able to do such a thing.
The thing that made me a little uncomfortable later in the night was watching Uncle Orton wrestle and just being like, oh, like
that they're going to have one last match together as well.
Yeah, but it kind of puts him in like this weird position because he's not John Cena, right?
No.
But he's been around just as long. And for my money, he's been better for the business of, internally. Obviously, Cena made way more money. I get it.
Well, Randy shit in the bag too.
Randy had some years where he wasn't exactly on board. I guess it's easily forgettable now to see him the way I see him, but he definitely did have some years where he was more of a menace than a positive in the locker room. I don't know though. It's just tough because what are you going to do with him now? He can't do a retirement tour, because you can't. And I mean, Cena deserves it. Again, I hate to. It was just a thought that I had where it was like, damn, like I wanted to see Orton go out on top. Now I don't know. Like, oh no, where'd you go, Mike? Yes.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are, sir. Oh, we're now. That's weird. Hold on, I'm.
You froze twice.
To me, it was you freezing. Like we have this problem all the time where it looks like it's one of us freezing to the other, but to me, it was you, and to you, it was me.
I was just gonna say, your internet's cooking tonight too.
What do you mean?
You weren't freezing until that point.
Oh no, yours has been freezing the whole time to me. I just ignored it because I don't know anymore with this.
We just keep cooking.
Yeah. Anyway, it leads me to worry that, and one of my sons said it. He's like, I think Randy is one of those guys that you're gonna have to pull out of the ring, and
but he doesn't love it.
Well, he didn't, but
I think he appreciates it now much more than he did.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah.
I would hate to see him not get a send off that he appreciates and then be like, oh, I'm gonna go have a run with the fucking Bucks and fucking Jericho
No,
and
no,
shit.
that's never going to happen.
Oh, it'd make me so sad, dude.
I will give a little Randy Orton thought once we get to that match.
Okay.
So we have the World Heavyweight Championship match. If Damian Priest wins, it's Seth Rollins versus Damian. If Damian wins, Seth can never challenge for that title as long as Damian is champion. So when did the cash in happen?
Okay.
Beginning, middle.
Okay. No. So the gimmick during the match was they both, every time they would get close to like doing their finisher or whatever, they kept looking to the entrance to like wait for it, right? And I didn't mind it. It was fine. It was actually a pretty okay match. Like Damian didn't show his ass. I thought he performed pretty well. Seth doesn't look like he should be
in there yet.
Yeah, like he didn't look in shape at all. Like he looked like I didn't look at the sheets, so the sheets. I didn't look at the sheets, so I don't know like what surgery he had, what he had done.
Basically in the documentary he said he had a torn MCL and torn meniscus, if you remember.
Okay. That. Yeah, but he didn't get those repaired and then he's already back in. They may have just scoped it and he's just rolling with it. Because even a scope is like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say
4 to 6. 4 to 6. Yeah, good.
Well, he's been out 3 months. So
shout out to Shorzy with 4 to 6. Oh, you don't watch Shorzy. You need to watch Shorzy.
I watched the first episode. That was it.
Oh my god, this show is so fucking good. Made me cry. Made me shit. Well, as much as I do, I got a little wet under one of my eyes. And then I had to spend 15 minutes explaining to my wife why it made me emotional, because I can't possibly be emotional at all without giving a fucking full 15-minute fucking review of why. Anyway, yeah, so he just and I'm a huge Seth Rollins fan, so again, no disrespect. He just didn't look 100%. The match was a little bit not 100%. And I felt really bad for Damian Priest. Mm-hmm. So you got to blame the ref. You got to blame the ref. Damian isn't planning on kicking out. Obviously, that's why I'm led to believe that there was a music cue that was missed. I think Drew McIntyre's like the sword was supposed to swing like while they're in the middle of the count, and maybe
could you do that again?
Swing. Okay. Yeah. But like in the end, it doesn't matter. You keep going. I just feel bad for Damian because it kind of feels like he showed his ass, which I don't feel like he did. I don't feel like he did anything wrong. But it was clearly a 3 count that was missed. Yes. It was clearly a 3 count that was missed. But then, Drew, so at that point, we're trying to figure out what the intent here is. Does Drew think that the match is over and he's coming down to get Seth because he thinks Seth won? Is he coming down to make it a triple threat? Like what is actually happening? Because there was a lot of confusion over, like, it appeared that the match should have ended.
Okay.
So that made it very awkward. It made it weird. But when CM Punk came out, it got awesome.
Did he come out with music?
I don't think so.
That's how you bring somebody out.
Yeah.
You don't always cue the damn music.
Yeah. So, I mean, he just came out of the crowd.
Okay.
And just went to town, and he was awesome. Like he is awesome. But when he came out, when Drew came out and brings out the Money in the Bank, and people, like, when he won and people are chanting CM Punk at him, Like that story's cooking. Like that angle is on fire,
Mhm.
and I figured it would be a while before they had a match, and
It
they
has to be
just
SummerSlam now.
they just keep doing things, and so this all happens, and Drew gets, I think it's Drew that gets pinned by Damien. Dude, you should
Yes,
have kept no. Yeah, so that was kind of like wow. But then Seth is all pissed because he can't challenge Damien again.
which is
Okay.
stupid. Yeah.
But I mean, are you
Well,
trying to
that's
bring
probably the tease that they did because of the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, well, but I mean, are you planning on bringing Seth in with Punk and Drew, because it doesn't
No,
seem necessary, right? Like it doesn't
no.
seem necessary at all. And I seriously think that Seth needs to fucking take some time. I mean,
Well, maybe
just
that's what this was.
I hope so. I hope so.
Um, so at this point, I believe is when they announced Bad Blood.
Hmm.
And if you know anything about Bad
Hmm.
Blood always has a Hell in the Cell.
Yep.
So you know that this is going to lead to Punk and Drew in the cell.
I hope.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, because they're building and building and building. This is the third time he screwed Drew out of the title.
Well, and they made that comment at the end of WrestleMania in one of the press conferences. Somebody asked him about doing a match,
Mm-hmm.
Him and Drew in Hell in a Cell, and he's like, "Oh, come back! My first match is Hell in a Cell." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay,
So that's why I'm led to believe SummerSlam is going to be the first. Then they'll have another match, and then Hell in the Cell will be October, I believe.
maybe, yeah.
That
No,
would be
I mean for SummerSlam. I mean, I have to assume that they're gonna pay it off, at SummerSlam. But boy, would I love to see a longer.
yeah, I think they drag it out.
Oh, it's so good to have at least one storyline that you're dragging. That
You
you're,
drag it out, and
yeah.
then after Bad Blood, you could lead that into Survivor Series and the War Games.
If you want to. I
Well,
mean,
if you also got to have the X factor of is Punk going to be healthy for a fourth match?
yeah, yeah. I
So,
mean, dude, a Hell in a Cell. If you just say, look, well, I get if it's not for the belt, then they have to keep going.
mhm.
Like that's. But whatever. Anyway,
So the following match is for the ladies' Money in the Bank contract.
mhm.
You have Zoe Stark, Naomi, Lyra Valkyria, Io, Chelsea, and Tiffany. Going into this match, who did you think was going to win?
Ooh, this one was tougher because
Okay,
like EO is the only one who is
champion.
proven, right?
Hmm.
Well, Naomi too, but Naomi
You can't
is
take Naomi seriously
no,
the way they
not
booked her.
yeah, no, and she's got to be on her way out, man. I've said it before. This isn't the first time I said it on this podcast. She's got to be on her way out. Um, so I didn't know. Honestly, I kind of was thinking Chelsea was gonna do it. But halfway through the match, I was like, "Ooh, Valkyria!" Like they might have something with that girl.
Mhm.
She's small though, and man, it's just so tough to put her up against Jade Cargill and fucking, you know, whatever
Becky, Charlotte's
fucking
going to be back.
alien fucking calls herself a flare. Like
Mhm.
I don't know if you can book that. So yeah, Chelsea was the answer, but I feel like it was between
We
her and
discussed this in a previous podcast.
it was between her and Tiffy all day. It
You
really
said Tiffy,
was.
it's Tiffy's time.
I think it is Tiffy time. I
So
do.
I got home at this point at the end of the match. I turned on Peacock and I saw Chelsea climbing up, and I said, "Holy fuck, they're gonna do it!" And then
Dude, shout out Samantha Irvin.
she's
God
great.
damn, dude. The way she does Chelsea's entrance is like pure gold. Pure gold. like Chelsea was wearing, she's got the Canadian fucking flag, like she's got the maple leafs, like their nipple covers. Loved it. Absolutely love, dude. She is fucking hilarious,
She
and I
is
love it. But I would like for her to graduate from that, she's gonna have to do some shit. And she did okay last night. I didn't feel like she was in any of the biggest spots other than like a few
final.
comedy spots.
She was in the
And
final
then
spot.
the final
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
No, when she hit those tables, I was
Fuck.
like, damn, that was good. That was good shit because she fucking hit those tables like like that was a good ending spot. But
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
my biggest thing with that match was that I got really annoyed that they just set up spots. They
Well,
didn't figure out how to work it into anything they were doing so that it didn't look obvious. They just set it up. And it was
mhm.
like, oh, like you shouldn't be doing spots you have to set up so unnaturally. Just my opinion. But
Mhm.
if we see you setting it up and there's no like there's no interaction with it, or it's it's just like god damn it. But the tables were there long enough that I think like I
Mhm.
forgot about them. Right up until the moment they were both up there, I forgot the tables were there.
Mhm.
So when Chelsea took that fall, I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! Fuck yeah!"
Uh,
And they put on a dude. It was a train wreck, bro. Like, and Cole and Corey both said like they were using that term to describe it, and that's what it was. There were botches, there were misses, but
Zoe
they
Stark.
but they went and they put on a ladder match that was like balls to the wall,
Mhm.
and they went for it. Every
Mhm.
single one of them went for it. um and in the end, look, it's Tiffy time. You can like her, you can hate her, but
There's money in her future.
yeah, I'm just interested to see what she does when she gets mean, because she's got to get mean. There has to
Yeah.
be
Just
a
freak out.
mean.
Yeah. So my buddy texted me during this match, and he said, "Io and Zoe, are they dead?" Um, Zoe looked like she paralyzed herself, completely missing Valkyria.
Mm-hmm.
Io laid there for hours. It seemed.
Dude, EO killed it though.
Yeah, she's
Like
great.
EO killed it. EO
And
killed
then
it.
Chelsea with the massive bump through the two tables. She looked. I saw a still image of it. She had the hands behind her head when she went flying.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she
She was
did.
awesome. Um, if Chelsea can stay healthy, that was her thing in NXT. She would have a match and get hurt and be out for 4 months. You could see a little bit of a run coming,
Well,
maybe.
she has that fragile, like
Yeah,
thin, tall build. Like it
yeah.
is what
It's
it
always a
is.
freak accident, though.
Of
Not
course it
her
is.
fault. Yeah.
No, no.
And Tiffy, she's built like $1 million. She's got some buoy enhancements since she's joined, but very bright
Dude,
future.
it's those fucking lips that I'm just like, why are
Yeah,
women doing that to
yeah.
themselves?
I'm sure.
Not that there will ever be a woman who ever watches this outside of my wife when I go back to watch certain parts, but like why?
Well,
Why do we want balloons? Like, are we trying to make our mouth look like an asshole? Like big old balloon knot fucking lips? Like, what are we doing here?
go ahead and send a tweet to Ludwig Kaiser and ask him. All right, main event time. The Bloodline. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga
Mhm.
versus the World Heavyweight Champion Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. So now I'm going to go into Randy Orton.
Okay.
They are clearly building Randy Orton and Cody because Randy is always behind Cody staring at the belt. Um, this match is
Cody got fucking pinned.
It's
in the
exactly
middle
what
of
I
the
thought
ring.
would happen because he has nothing to lose. So this is how you do it.
How do you do that to your guy? That I mean, already like
Because it's a 6-man. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't it?
No. That's how Roman always used to lose.
Okay, so Solo, Jacob Fatu,
What a fucking star.
and which of the Toas was it, or
Tama Tonga.
Tamatanga? Okay,
Yeah, Tangaloa is the missed nut shot.
yeah.
And the
Oh
under the ring miscue.
not just the missed nut shot, but then the second shot he took, he just hit his brother right in the fucking head. And I was like, dude, and he's like, after he did it, you can see him bend down and apologize to his fucking brother for hitting him in the head. Dude, they all are like they are the future in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they're not young. Like, I'm not talking about 20 years from now, the future, but the way we're talking about the potential for what Netflix brings, I think everyone needs to tone their expectations down dramatically.
Yeah,
It's not going to turn in. It's not going to. Yeah, and it's not going to turn into, fucking nudity and shit like that, because there's just not a lot of place for WWE right now.
Children and audiences.
Yeah, 100%. It's still live. There's still decency rules. Like, there's still like, come on, like they're still publicly traded. Like that. So I think that needs to dial back. But when you have the bloodline looking the way that they look right now, and you have some of the other stories playing out, the violence aspect,
there will be blood.
Yeah. And you've got some killers.
Jacob Fatu is the greatest thing.
So before that match started, and Kevin Owens and Fatu are staring each other down, that shit was probably about as real as it's going to get in professional wrestling.
It was awesome.
Like those two dudes right there are, like, I told my boys, I'm like, they're like thumpers in old hockey days. Like, they're looking at each other like it's before a face off, and it's
Bob
just
Probert.
Yeah. They weren't gonna hold back. And I'll tell you what, dude, that match was stiff. It was, and it should be. And I think that's what you're gonna get from them. And I think Fatu is going to get turned loose a little bit, especially in this Triple H era. And that dude is a monster. Solo is a lot better than I think people give him credit for. I've told you from the beginning, I knew his run was coming. I'm going to continue to toot my horn every time we record on this, because I've been calling that dude for a while. I don't know how the whole head of the table thing works. I'm sure it ends with Roman coming back and them beating the shit out of Roman and
the Usos.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think it'll be the Usos coming back to brotherhood, and you're gonna get a lot of family shit between those factions, and I think it'll be very entertaining. Like, they're gonna be good matches, man.
And there's more coming.
Yeah, and not to mention, you're gonna have, like, what shocked the shit out of me, but because we're at the main event now, Howdy never fucking showed up.
Thank God.
But
it didn't need it.
No, I hear you, but okay. I'm just gonna say okay, because honestly, I don't know where they're taking it, and I'd rather just enjoy it and watch it and just let it be. So I will agree with you. I was kind of shocked. I thought there would be something that somebody got involved with, even if it was just a lights out and Gable got pulled out of the match for the ladder match, just something
I could
small,
see that.
I could see that. But you're going into a horror direction with them. You're going to go into the psycho route with these guys, and I think some of the female angles, like I think you could see some really weird shit with the psycho aspect of that too with Netflix, because you can play the scary game a lot better Like you can do things a lot differently. So that part I'm looking forward to. These guys are animals though. They are. And Randy looked like he was having fun. Kevin looked like he got the shit kicked out of him because he did, and he took it really well. And
He has the frame to take it too.
he gave as good as he got.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody was. I don't like the standing on the sidelines cheering thing, man. It always drives me. That's why I don't like 6-man tag matches, because there's always somebody who could be doing something who's standing there like, "Hey," or yeah, trying to get the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's not natural.
Tacky.
Yeah. It doesn't fit in with everything else that we're doing. It just doesn't fit. I was, you bring up the Randy thing with Cody. I actually thought last night would have been a good moment to fucking spin him.
I think you keep going.
But you had all 4 of them out there. You had
But you don't have Roman back yet. I think when Roman comes back,
Roman ain't coming back.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes.
Like he is, but it's not gonna. He probably won't come back this year.
That's what I was just thinking. War Games, do you do the Bloodline versus the Bloodline?
No, way too early.
Way too early?
Yeah, dude. Next year, I'm telling you, Roman's not going to be like. Okay, so where are we? We're in July.
Early July.
Okay, so
that's November.
I mean, I could see him coming back for the Royal Rumble.
Okay, that's fair.
But I think that it's just as likely that he doesn't, because if we go all the way to the Rumble and Roman hasn't come back, everyone's going to be looking to the Rumble for Roman as a comeback.
Yeah.
You could even put it off. I honestly think that it serves for Roman to be away. It just does. Let those guys keep going. Let them keep cooking. Let them be destructive. Let them fuck some shit up. Let Solo fucking put a belt on. Like just let it breathe a little bit. Let them cause some serious problems.
You talked me out of the Bloodline versus Bloodline because The Rock would have to be involved, and The Rock isn't coming back until WrestleMania.
I would like to see Paul like step away.
Sell.
Yeah. I would like to see Paul. I would actually like to see Paul, swerve and get caught helping other people or something, just to like fight them or something. Like you have a lot of angles, and I'm not doing any writing. I have nothing to do with it. So I'm just fantasy out my ass. But I think that it has tons of time to breathe. And I think you can probably make stars out of 2 out of 4 of them, and at least mid card or tag belts on 3 out of 4 of them. Like you have a group there that can really like, and I think bringing Roman in, does it put him over? No, because they can't go over on Roman. Roman's got to destroy him. like Roman's got to destroy him. He can't lose to them, and even if he does it first, like it can't stick, because Roman's got to come back. And that's the other thing. Roman's not going to come back and fuck around with them unless it's main event material. Roman had the longest run with the belt.
So you're saying you keep Roman out until Rumble, and then have him and The Rock eliminate each other.
I'm not saying that. You're saying that, but I like that. Or you could have the Bloodline come out and eliminate Roman, and The Rock be behind it.
You could.
I'm
just thinking the Gorillas against the Usos. Yeah. You know what? I kind of want to see down the line Cody and Jacob but I don't think you would because that would take Solo away. So you're going to get Cody and Solo at some point.
Maybe.
But
I mean, honestly, it just depends what you're doing with Randy. Like, that's why I thought last night would have been interesting to have Randy flip, because if Randy flips on him and says, I'm going along, I'm acknowledging, but that's the thing.
no,
Randy's not going to
Randy's
acknowledge
not.
anybody. So, yeah,
You
I
could
mean, I don't know, dude.
It all depends on The Rock.
Yeah.
Because you have Cody and The Rock at SummerSlam, or you're going to have Cody and Solo.
I don't. SummerSlam seems kind of open right now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem booked to me.
We have a new NXT champion. Ethan Page won the 4-way. So that's cool.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Hey, so now so the one thing we do know about SummerSlam, I'm trying to think, I had to really work into that transition. Obviously, I'm a professional. I do this all the time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
One thing we do have at SummerSlam, obviously already clicked off, is that we're going to get the title match of Damian Priest and the king of the ring, Gunther.
I think you switch it.
Why? That's what they said they were going to do. He told them he was challenging for that already.
No. I'm saying I think you switch the title.
Oh, to Gunther?
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's I don't know. I think that's a 4-match. I think that one can go. Like, I think those two. Look, if Gunther and Damian Priest can probably put on a fucking match, dude. Like,
oh, absolutely. So
like,
that's next. That's August 3rd.
Yeah,
that's 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have to get tickets.
It's in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gunther and Priest.
Cleveland is a little bit too far.
It's 2.5 for me.
I think it's like 6 for me.
Bailey and Nia is the other match announced.
Don't like that. I don't know why Nia continues to just be a fill-in for title matches. Like, why the fuck is she just getting title matches?
Okay, after SummerSlam is Bash in Berlin, August 31st. That'll be a hot one too. Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, you see right through it that Bailey's not losing that unless she's hurt.
Oh, fuck! I mean, why? Like, you can't just put Nia into that match and then give her the belt. Like, what the fuck is that all about?
She's queen of the ring, right? That's how she got it.
Oh,
that's it, right? Because she beat Valkyria.
I forgot about that. God damn, I forgot that they did that.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
So that makes sense. Okay.
Fine. Whatever.
All right. We're going to transition now to the greatest of all time, AEW. Forbidden Door was last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I always shit on AEW, but within reason.
Within reason.
I like the show.
There you go. That's all that matters.
So how we can transition. This is a 14-match show in 5 fucking hours. WWE is putting on 5-match shows in 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
What format is better for you? Do you like the 5 matches?
Fuck, I prefer the 4 matches, to be honest. Like when
they 2-hour?
Yeah, like they did. What was it before? Was it before Mania or like the one right after? I mean, 5 is good. I don't always need the full 3 hours. You give me 2.5 and like I'm and maybe you leave, because it always lends to the potential that something could happen. Like when you run right up against that 3-hour limit, man, it's like, oh, okay. Anyway, that's just a preference. But I like the Japan shows, like the 6-hour fucking 16
Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, like I don't mind it, but I'm probably not watching it.
So that was how Forbidden Door was.
Speaking as someone who watched fucking like 18 hours of the 24 hours of Le Mans, I won't watch fucking 6 hours of wrestling.
Well, there's a due reason. So I think for that format, take 2 matches away
Mhm.
and give me a 1-minute package on why this match is happening. Instead of,
Well, I mean, when you have a card that big, you don't even like some of those matches. You probably don't have a minute's worth of information to give on why that match
true.
is happening.
That's true.
Because some of them are just happening because we need something to happen, dude. Like
You bring up a good point there.
you know. Also, can I just say I like the booking of 5 matches in like a 3 hour because it feels again the move to make it feel more like a UFC show. Like the move to make it feel like a more mainstream athletic event instead of just a TV show. I think that there's credence in that. I think they're doing a good job of that. So like that's why I like it the most. I but I understand a different format because if you have to do a wrestling extravaganza to get your ticket sales,
It's a fucking
shit
indie.
like
That's indie shit right there, though.
exactly.
So the AEW people today on Twitter were saying 3 hours, 5 matches, but you were only in the ring for 86 minutes, blah blah blah, because of the entrances and shit. But then the WWF people come back and say 87 matches in 3 years. So there has to be some kind of give and take.
Of course. Hey, they don't have to be the same, bro.
No, and that different is good.
Yeah.
But if you have a roster of 50 people and you're building those 5 matches,
Mhm.
have long builds to those matches and make it special. So just quick, I'm going to go over this fucking extravaganza here.
Okay.
Kyle Fletcher defeated Serpentico in 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Awesome.
That screams TV match.
100%.
Kings of the Black Throne, which is Malachi Black and Brody King, defeated Tomohiro Ishii and Kyle O'Reilly. Why are they a fucking tag team? Roddy Strong and Gabe Kidd, whoever that is, and Private Party in a 4-way tag match of 8 minutes 40 seconds. That screams we're getting everybody on TV. Willow Nightingale and Tam Nakano, I don't know if they are related to Bull, defeated Chris Statlander and Momo Watanabe with Stokely Hathaway in 10 minutes and 20 seconds. All right. Mariah May defeated Saraya in 8 minutes and 35 seconds in a first round match in the Women's Owen Hart Cup. So they are really getting that money from Paige.
That really sounds important.
Doesn't it? When it's 4P and the 4th match on a pre-show. We have in the 5th match a trios match of the Lucha Brothers, Penta El Zero Miedo and Rey Fenix and Mystico. That's what the fuck was his name in WWE? The guy that always got hurt, the trampoline.
Fuck. They showed him going through a ladder as one of the highlights for it was like one of their top 10 crashes or whatever.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Goddamn, I cannot remember his name now. He was okay though. Yeah, I liked him though.
Fuck, but he was always hurt. And then Tama Tonga took his spot.
Oh fuck.
Hunico, right?
Huh?
That was Hunico.
It was, but that's not. They didn't call it him
when he was under the hood, though. Wasn't it?
I don't remember what they did not call him Hunico. Dude, I know who you're going. I know it.
What the fuck was his name?
I know it. Oh, this is bothering me. Mikey.
Sin Cara.
Sin Cara. God damn it.
They defeated.
Sorry about that, Sin Cara.
In 12 minutes, they defeated the Los Ingobernables de Japón, Yota Zu, Titan, and Hiromu Takahashi. I like Hiromu. His little spots with Daryl.
Los Ingobernables de Japan. Woot. I should be wearing that shirt tonight, I guess.
I have a Naito shirt.
Nice.
So now we open the pay-per-view with the big blow-off. MJF returns versus Hechicero.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah?
That match went 9:50, basically a squash. MJF.
Oh, big return. Yeah. Big return.
Next, we had the second trios match of the night.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Elite, Matthew Jackson, Nicholas Jackson, and Kazuchika Okada defeated the Acclaimed, Anthony Bowens and Max Caster, with their tag team partner, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Double duty.
No, that's the other one. That's the Ace.
Oh.
Hiromu and Hiroshi.
Okay.
People.
Okay.
You're not buying this replay of this pay-per-view yet?
I'm not, man.
Okay.
You're not there yet.
All right. Maybe this first round match in the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament. Bryan Danielson defeated Shingo Takagi by submission in 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they went 20 minutes.
Then they went 20 minutes.
No, I've got literally no follow-up to that.
The next match, a singles match for the women's AEW championship. Timeless Toni Storm defeated Mina Shirakawa by pinfall in 11 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I would still watch Toni Storm wrestle.
So, did you hear the kerfluffle about this match?
No.
Okay, so Mina Shirakawa went to hit Toni Storm with the obviously sugar glass bottle, but she ducked and she hit Mariah May. And at the end of this match, Mariah May, Toni Storm, and Mina all kissed. Dave Meltzer loved it.
Oh, of course he did. You know, there are a lot of things that I want to say right now, but for the sake of protecting identities and all types of weird stuff, I'm not going to. But that seems awesome.
So Alvarez was actually complaining about the story and said, "What is the story in this match?" And Dave said, "They kissed though. It's okay." It's a whole thing. It's on the Twitter machine.
Why people?
I'm just saying. The next match 10 of this extravaganza. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Orange Cassidy by submission.
Oh, did Orange Cassidy sell?
Probably not. Jeez, he probably tapped out with his hands in his pockets.
Fucking. I don't understand. I don't understand that, man. Like, I don't know what we're doing. I watched Bully fucking talk about it this week, and like, I didn't really know that there was an issue, but fucking Bully laid into him.
Speaking of, you don't understand it. The next match 11 is a trios match.
Oh shit, you're right. Like, what is this? What's with their trios matches? Like, is this like
like I said, it's a fucking indie show and everybody's trying to get it ring time.
Did they change up the ring like TNA and add extra corners?
I don't know. No, they didn't. Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata, that's the man that had his brain pulled out of his head.
Oh yeah.
They defeated the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho and Big Bill, and Jeff Cobb by pinfall. Go ahead, guys.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what should I still have stuff to say to any? Like I don't. Like what do we do? Like okay.
So take an hour off the show, cut that match out, cut the Elite and the Acclaimed out.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm just saying, like, they were not needed matches. The next match, a ladder match for the vacant AEW TNT Championship. Jack Perry won by defeating Konosuke Takeshita, Mark Briscoe, Dante Martin, Leo Rush is back in wrestling, and El Phantasmo. It's Forbidden Door. That match took 16 minutes and 55 seconds. The next match, match 13, Mercedes Moné defeated Stephanie Vacour by submission in 16 minutes and 50 seconds. Winner takes all match for the AEW TBS Championship and New Japan Strong Women's Championship.
Okay, so wait, what does that mean? Like, is that like the top of the food chain then? Because like, I don't get it.
So basically, now Mercedes, aka Sasha, has 2 belts instead of 1, and she's wrestled 3 matches, but she has 2 belts. This Stephanie Vacour is a fucking star.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mercedes makes $5 million a year, but the Stephanie Vacour was fucking amazing.
That's not the one that did the 450 fucking the 450 clothesline, is it?
That's Sol Ruka. That was on tonight's show.
Oh, that's the NXT. Okay,
Yeah.
Saul. Yeah, I've never seen her before either.
No, this Stephanie Vacour, she is from Chile, I believe.
Okay.
She had a very revealing thong outfit with a nice little bubble butt, but she could go. Her timing was there, very good. I guess after this match, AEW and WWE are hard into her.
Cool.
So, if this albatross at least gets someone a job, God bless it. But very good match. Ego wins, Sasha won, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, of course.
The next match, a singles match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Jon Moxley, the champion, was defeated by Tetsuya Naito. So he is, as you're doing the face, he is the 8th and 10th IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. And now the main event, a singles match for the AEW World Championship. The champion Swerve Strickland defeated Will Ospreay by pinfall in 27 minutes and 5 seconds.
I feel like the wrong match probably went on last, but that's just my...
What?
I want to see Mox go last, man. Come on.
Mox didn't bleed and dropped. So he had boo-boo face when he walked out.
He had boo-boo face?
Yeah. Swerve Ospreay is the second greatest match I've seen all year.
No shit.
Being completely honest.
Swerve, like...
Swerve's good.
Yeah.
Ospreay's good too.
Yeah, I know. But
This
it's
match,
just hard to I have such a hard time taking that dude seriously. Like,
with Prince Nana out there going. I love Nana too.
Swerve is legit though.
Swerve's awesome.
Yeah.
Legitimately match number 2 of the year.
That's awesome.
Just because of star power, you can't put Cody and Roman below that. But this match,
I hear you. I mean, you can if you're an asshole, but you know.
But yeah, go out of your way to watch it. Like I said,
Okay.
this whole show lasted 87 years, but it was really good. Um, it was like I'm a man enough to say when they fucking suck,
Mm-hmm.
or I'll give credit where it's due, and they deserve all the credit.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I'll
for it.
definitely if I can find it, like I'll definitely try and watch the Naito match and the Sword of Osprey
The
because
Naito match wasn't really, it
yeah,
wasn't
but
great.
I
Great
haven't
ending.
watched I haven't watched him work in a couple of years now.
You might want to stay with it because he looks taken down. No, just being honest. And
Okay.
I don't feel Moxley was
Well,
a
he's
job face. So
yeah, I mean if he was boo boo face, like
yeah.
that doesn't help.
Um,
And
give
he,
Moxley
I don't like him anyway. So
same here. Give
um
Moxley the Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar uh, comparison in this match.
ew.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Like I love Naito. These guys, Naito, Okada,
Mm,
Tanahashi is the most broken, but
mm.
the New Japan has killed these guys just with their style. Their bodies are breaking down.
Well, I mean, they're not fucking spring
Kenny too.
chickens either, dude.
Kenny
They're
hasn't
not.
wrestled in how long?
Yeah, they're not. They're not spring chickens. But yeah, the New Japan style
Mm-hmm.
is a tough thing. Okay, so 5 guys you want to see John Cena get in the ring with before he's done.
Okay.
5 guys.
Chad Gable,
Okay, I like that.
um, Cody. He's got
Okay,
to get in the ring with Cody. I don't want to see it, but he has to wrestle Orton one last time.
okay.
I hope to God he doesn't wrestle The Rock because that was once in a lifetime twice. Um, Seth,
Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
Okay.
I thought that those matches were always great.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna go with your guys just because I feel like that's unfair, but I have to with Cody because I feel like he has to get in the ring with Cody. Actually, I think Cody probably should be WrestleMania. Um,
No,
I think it
Punk.
should be. I don't want to see that. Like that's not on my list. I know it should be, but like, and I'm guessing we're probably gonna see it. But
Hmm.
when it comes to Mania, I think it needs to be Cody.
I'm gonna throw another name at you after your
No, yeah, you gotta
after
let me
your.
fucking come
I'm
on,
I'm
dude,
letting
because
you.
you took everybody. Because KO
No, I
was gonna
didn't.
be KO was the top of my list. I gotta be honest. Like
Oh,
KO is one of those guys that Cena kind of used the golden shovel on,
yeah,
and
he put
like
him over.
and KO has spent the rest of his career fucking trying to undo the damage that Cena fucking did to him. And I mean, I love Kevin Owens, but he's never really gotten over the hump. And
Mhm.
a lot of that, in my opinion, has to do with Cena. So I would love to see those guys go at it, and I would love to see KO like just put Cena in the ground personally. But I'll do my own 5, okay? Because that doesn't seem fair. I think I would like to. I think he's gonna wrestle LA Knight, so I'm saying LA Knight. I don't want to see it. I don't care to see it, but I think he's definitely gonna get in there with LA Knight. I would love, I would love to see. Now I got to come up with people because okay, fuck it. I'm doing this anyway. KO was on mine. Okay, so and then Cody was on mine, and then who did I already said somebody? Fuck.
LA.
LA Knight. Yeah, LA Knight for sure. Just going up and down the roster. Fuck man, it's tough. I would love to see him get in there with Gunther. I
Okay.
don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it would be a good match, but fuck, would I love to see him get in there with Gunther. See, so that's the
You're
thing.
missing the obvious.
I am I?
Hmm. I thought about it. That's why I said I'd let you
Oh,
go.
go ahead, because I
AJ.
can't. Yeah, okay, and that hasn't happened.
Hmm.
That's a big goddamn, that's a big one. Dude, the roster is so full right now.
Hmm.
I'm sitting here trying to go through it. Can I would love to see him get in there with Dom. I think that would be kind of funny. I think Dominic getting in there and actually cuz let's do this. Okay, let's think about it this way. Dominic can't even get a word out. And the only person he's really wrestled has been his dad. Like, let him get in there with John. Let him get in there with John. Let the crowd do their thing, and let's see what he got. So let's see what John has to say about being in the ring with Dominic backstage and what he's capable of. That's the kind of shit I want to see. I want to see him test some people. I
Hmm.
wouldn't mind seeing like the whole fucking angle be a fucking work. And every time Cena's out there, how'd he just fucking like just gives him shit the whole fucking time and they drag it. They're not going to do that. Okay.
No.
They're not going to do that. The way he made it sound afterward, obviously, this is going to just be a big showcase, a
Mhm.
chance for everybody to talk about how much they love John Cena. Um, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fun stuff. I couldn't come up with any, I really struggled for someone that I wanted to see him put over. I wanted to hear your ideas. KO was going to be mine for sure. And Cody, he's got
Okay,
to
who do you want his last match to be against?
Cody.
So obviously he's gonna put that person over.
I Cody.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a little wrench.
Okay.
You can create a star, Austin Theory.
You got to get him over first.
Right. So I'm just gonna scroll through the roster here really quick.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like people you've never seen him in there with. AJ Andrade could be kind of cool. Um,
He needs to get something first. He's not ready for Cena.
Braun Breaker,
Mm-mm.
Gable,
Mm-hmm.
Punk,
Mm-hmm.
Dom. You said
Yeah. Yeah. I think
I
that.
don't want to see Cena and Drew.
No.
Finn could be fun,
Yeah. What
but
the fuck
I
is
feel
Finn doing these days, dude?
like that could be a build. Isn't he Judgment Day tag team thing?
Yeah, but like, what was the okay? So you may not have seen it, but they pulled a little gimmick with him before Damien went out, and he was like, blah blah, blah, and Finn gave him a dirty look as he was walking away. Whatever you say, boss. Like, just kind of like, so I don't know what they're.
They're probably splitting Finn.
Well, I think they have to. Like, I really liked that the stipulation was that he had to leave Judgment Day because I think they need to get him away from them, but. Maybe it'll be him and Finn splitting. I don't know. Whatever. Finn Balor would be kind of cool. He's not anywhere right now. See, that's the
Debut
thing. I
Logan.
want this to be meaningful. You know,
Debut Logan.
maybe
U.S. title.
that'd be funny.
Um,
That would be kind of fun. This is his first belt. Fuck, man. JBL.
I don't want to see Otis.
Otis.
Otis and Cena.
Yeah.
Sammy and Cena could be fun.
Sammy. I'm sure Sammy will get. Sammy will probably be the first one lined up, to be
Shin.
honest. If you can bring him back. No, Sammy will probably be if Cena ever did like the open challenge, I bet Sammy would be one of the first people lining up because that's just who he is. He'd want to be in there immediately.
That's it. I don't need to see what Xavier Woods. It would be nice of him to put Kofi over. But
Kofi's done.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Mids. Tommaso. I mean,
Hey,
they
remember
just
when the
won.
Miz and John Cena were headlining WrestleMania?
You remember when the Miz beat John Cena at WrestleMania in the main event? Did you see that Friday night on SmackDown, DIY won the tag titles?
I did not see that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I love me some Tommaso Ciampa.
It's kind of weird after that feud that they're tag team partners again.
Whatever.
Yeah. And that is the most Orange Cassidy that you'll ever hear on the show. All right. We should wrap it up so that you can watch your dragon.
I gotta go watch my dragons, buddy. It's a good
Yeah.
episode tonight. I think the war is finally gonna start.
God bless you. Enjoy it.
Hey, I will. We're literary nerds, dude. We read all the books, so we know all this shit. So we get excited for it.
All right. We'll be back at some point. Maybe 6 weeks from now, maybe next week. Who knows? But stay tuned.
Bye.